Hi, Ekanshi.
Thank you so much for coming on this date.
Well, thank you so much for asking me out on a date.
2025 is all about women in male-dominated fields.
Is that right?
So you didn't ask me out, so I was like, might as well.
But I'm glad that I learned that from you today because, well, I can support the idea of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was like, I can't let like a pretty boy not be on a date.
Pretty boy. Gosh, I haven't heard that in such a long time. But thank you so much.
Yeah, because the thing is, you are the definition of a pretty boy.
Gosh, you're making me a bit uncomfortable.
So why?
I'm not the best with compliments, but thank you very much.
No, but you should, like, I'm being so genuine and I'm being so honest.
That is really
but
sweet of you.
So,
you're really cute yourself, by the way.
Now this is returning a compliment.
Not at all. I met you, the first thing that I said is I love the eyeliner that you're wearing.
You
It's
did,
very
you
cute.
did, You did. But thank you so much, honestly, because this feels like such a, I don't know if I should say this or not, but
Don't.
yeah, every time you think that you should.
Because I feel like it's going to be something nice about me, so don't.
Of course it's going to be nice about you, but you know how your parents are always like, till a very long time of your age, like, no guys and girls, no guys and girls, and then when you turn a certain age, you're like,
no guys and no girls.
No, I mean.
Wow, you had really mean parents, yeah?
No, I mean for both
Yeah, no, I'm
boys.
just messing
Yeah.
with you.
So it's like, no dating, no nothing, friends रहते, and then you turn a certain age and you're like, कोई है तो बता दो, हम देखें, all of that. The happiest person that there was when I told my.
That is so true, man. that last line is so true. कोई है तो बता दो, कैसे बताएंगे यार? जिंदगी भर तो आपने बोला कि यार, listen, don't be dating.
Yeah. ये सब नहीं, हम ढूंढेंगे. अब जब आपसे ढूंढना नहीं जा रहा है, तो आप बोल रहे हो कोई है तो बता दो. One job you have now.
Correct. एक ही तो काम है माँ बाप का.
Yeah.
सही बात है.
But the happiest person in my family when I told them that I'm going to date with you was, guess who?
Who?
My grandmom.
Your grandmom. That's so
Yeah,
sweet. Why?
because she remembered you
Okay.
from.
hazaaron meri behna.
Yes, and
Oh,
she was
sweet.
like, oh my, really? And I was like, yeah.
Please give her my regards.
So
Yeah.
she was so excited for me to meet a guy. That is the level.
You're just being very kind now, Ekanshi, but you should give my love to your grandmom.
I will, and I'm just being honest.
Thank you.
But
Appreciate it.
thank you for ordering me my drink.
No, I'm glad. In fact, I was going to order that for myself because that's a very refreshing spritz, and I was going to order that for you. But I think those glasses would have looked a bit too dandy for me.
True.
And I'm glad that it happened the other way.
Yeah, agreed. And also, I don't know about the spice.
About the spice, yeah.
Yeah.
Believe me, after 2 drinks, I'll be saying the same thing.
But I think the conversation should add the spice.
Listen, you're a really charming person, yeah. I think I'm going to pick up a line or 2 from you.
To use on me?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
It's an inspired thought.
Yeah. Don't use it on other people.
Oh, done.
Don't inspire my.
Done. Charming and possessive. I like that. I like my woman being possessive of me.
Yeah,
It's
you
fun.
gotta keep your belongings close.
Absolutely. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. क्या बोलते हैं उसमें? सवारी अपने सामान की खुद जिम्मेदार है. So you gotta keep.
अपने सामान का खुद ख्याल रखें.
I'm not trying to objectify you by calling you saman, huh?
Not at all. I was going further, thinking that they usually belt their things to in the train. So I don't know if that's your idea of सवारी अपना सामान का ख्याल खुद रखे.
Maybe, but are you a beach person?
I'm a beach person. Yes.
But how does it work? Because like I keep wondering about how you are a beach person, because don't you because you're so sweet, don't you dissolve in water?
I don't, but I think when you're gonna compliment me like that, I might just. Yeah.
See again, women in male-dominated fields.
Yeah, but I'm enjoying this quite frankly.
है ना?
I mean, for all the dates that I've been out on, and I don't think that's too many. It's nice to have a woman compliment a man as well. I think men also enjoy attention, so why not? Yeah.
Men don't get a lot of compliments.
Well, that might be true. That might be true.
That is sad.
But I also blame the men. I feel like men also put themselves out as so self-assured and confident and strong. And maybe that's the way it needs to be. Sometimes to be taken seriously as a man. But I guess it comes as a double-edged sword that you don't really get complimented.
Yeah, but sometimes you just want like a soft two. Like
you want like a soft
two. Like you look
a soft two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you look masculine and you look all of that.
Yeah.
And you whatever. But dil se you should be like a Janu monkey.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
By the way, I just keep quoting these random nicknames.
I can see.
So,
Your boyfriend must be really getting the best of it.
If I would have had a boyfriend.
I'm sure you had a boyfriend at some point, Ekanshi. You possibly couldn't have been this cute and this single all this while.
This is what is wrong with this world.
Oh, please tell me more, enlighten me.
Just nobody's asked me out.
Nobody's asked you
out.
out?
And I have not liked anybody enough to ask them out.
Maybe you're really being intimidating. Yeah? Maybe you're pushing the boys away. No.
I don't know. I literally smile at everybody. So I don't know if I'm intimidating. I don't have a resting bitch face. I'm very like, as soon as somebody sees me, I'm like, even if I don't know them. So I don't know what the problem is really.
I think it's just the time.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe this is that time where
I mean, who wouldn't want to ask you out? You're so cute, yeah.
Thank you.
If we went out, it would just be a very long distance relationship because you're in Delhi, I'm in Bombay.
I mean, distance.
But I'm looking forward to our second date, yeah.
Yeah,
but
distance makes the heart grow fonder.
You think so? I believe otherwise. I feel like out of sight, out of mind. No?
But it's true in some cases.
Okay.
You're not wrong, but like it's also
this
like
chili looks very suggestive. Let's put it out. Yeah.
But it's also so like I think it's when it comes to long distance relationships, it's about the trust. Like if you genuinely trust the person and you know they are not gonna mess it up, then it's very like I know when we'll see each other, then there will be like this like love will ooze and all of that shit.
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like long distance relationships are great. I mean, any relationship. First of all, I think being in a relationship in the time that we're living is just awesome.
Can't relate.
Just being in a it's becoming a very distant reality, quite frankly. So yes, I think long distance relationship would be great, as long as the foundation of that relationship was set when you were in the same city.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what matters, because I feel like the base of any relationship should be when you can touch and feel the person. It can't start off when two people are in a different city.
So if there is somebody who checks all your boxes and but you've met them online, through a friend or whatever, through a dating app, whatever it is, but you've met them online, and they check all your boxes and you've had great conversations, but you've never met them.
Right.
And you know how distance is easier to tackle when you know कि ये कब खत्म हो रहा है. Like if it's 1 year, you will be like, okay, 1 year later we'll be together. When you don't know when the distance is ending is the difficult part. So what would you do in that situation?
I mean, if I was in a situation where, let's say I was, like you said, I was talking to somebody that I really get along with and she doesn't stay in the same city, I would actually go test it out. I mean, technically sometimes I feel like as actors we're the best people to date, because I mean I shoot for about 150 days in a year. The rest 200 days I'm actually on and off. I mean I'm doing things, but it doesn't really require me to be necessarily in the same city. So if I was really into a girl and she gave me the feeling like she was really into me, I would probably move to her city. If let's say her job didn't allow her to come to mine. But I would test it out like in person earlier than later. Because it can all sound very magical when you're in two different cities texting, maybe like video calling or whatever. But I feel like it would be nicer to test it out earlier, that if you guys, if me and the girl are compatible early on.
So I know a few places in Delhi you can move to.
Yeah, I have a house in Delhi, listen.
Perfect. Yeah.
This wouldn't be too hard.
Same, that's what she said.
Oh Lord, I just got that.
I'm a huge Office fan.
I can see.
What sitcoms are your classics go to?
My most favorite, I think, is Seinfeld. I love Seinfeld. I think there's literally no sitcom that is so robust as Seinfeld. Second to that would be Friends. I don't really know if Entourage really falls under being a sitcom, but Entourage, Friends and Seinfeld are my permanent go-to shows, and I've watched them on repeat like some bazillion times.
Have you watched Modern Family?
Oh, even Modern Family. I actually love Modern Family.
Too good.
Modern Family I like as well. And something about Modern Family is so nice that even when you watch it on repeats, the jokes still land. Right? And it's very today's humor. So sometimes when you have today's humor, you already know what's coming, so it might not land, but I feel like they've done such a good job on the show that it just works.
It just works. Who's your favorite relationship?
I'll tell you, my favorite character is Cam.
Yeah.
I love Cam. I think he's hilarious.
Cam is so extra and I love it. Like,
one of my closest friends is exactly like Cam. So I think I have a certain fondness for him. So maybe it comes from there, but or maybe I like Cam is why I enjoy his company. But I think yeah, Cam's a lot of fun.
Yeah, so fun, so extra.
He's so extra.
So dramatic.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
like
and it's the exact opposite of me because I'm so under. So I feel like it's interesting to be around people who are that extra.
I'm very extra.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm enjoying that.
You know what I do sometimes when my sweater or my sleeve gets stuck in the door?
I have a feeling this is going to end up in something very cheesy, but go for it.
Of course. Who doesn't like cheese? I love cheese.
Go for it.
So if like random sweatshirt or sweater has code in the, I
You start
would,
singing a song?
No.
Oh.
I would just like Abina and then I'll
Do
just
a hair
walk.
flip.
Yeah, like Abina and just go.
In your head,
I'll
mind में
say
तो
it out
background
loud.
music बजता होगा.
हाँ, that of course, but
कौन से वाला?
I'll say that it's usually
Just to
Om,
understand your filmy.
it's Om Shanti Om ka
Which one is that?
Aankhon mein teri usually.
Cute.
I love like SRK is like
Same even for me.
really.
I think if SRK held my hand, I would have the same reaction.
I'm not even kidding. I'm wearing a heart necklace
Okay.
which opens and it's a picture of him
Shut up.
doing this scene.
I don't believe you.
I'm
You're
not
lying.
lying. I'm not lying. Wait. I don't know if this will open because of my.
Now I want to say something so cheesy, but I'm just going to hold back.
No, you should say it.
You are lying. Oh no, that is
It
SRK.
is him. Yeah, it's too small, but it is him.
Bro,
Yeah.
you're like legit. Shahrukh should be watching this.
Just.
That would be so cool.
Yeah.
That would be so cool if Shahrukh watches this and hits you up saying that, hey,
Shahrukh, if you're watching this.
Shahrukh, please be watching this. Why if?
Please
Manifest it.
Manifest. I have it on my wallpaper. I have it on my vision board. I had his picture in my wallet for the longest time.
That's really cute.
It's only because I feel very weird when people look at him romantically or try to thirst trap him because I'm like, he's like,
I mean, for me, you know, I've realized, I mean, also one of the biggest reasons for me becoming an actor was watching films of Shah Rukh Khan,
Yeah.
right? And I think we've all somewhere learned the idea of loving women more than romancing women
Yeah.
from films that Shah Rukh Khan has done, right?
Yeah.
So that said, I feel like other than that, he's just such an intelligent guy because his, you know, his reels keep coming up on my Instagram all the time, right? And I can spend hours on pages that his fans have made,
Yeah.
and I'm just constantly just listening to words that he says, and I feel like the guy is just so wise.
Yeah.
And I'm just jealous of the friends that he has because they get to like hang with him,
Yeah.
not for his stardom, but just for his sheer intelligence. You know, it would be so much fun to just have a banter with him.
Yeah, he's so witty.
So
and
if that ever happens, I'm gonna call you, man.
if you do not,
We should do our
listen,
second date there.
if you-
That would be so much
I
fun.
don't-
You, me, and Shah Rukh
I
on a
don't-
date together
I
would be
don't
very, very
mind.
interesting.
I don't mind. I will just it's and you know this is a funny thing because I'm not like I want a picture with him that I just want to talk to him once.
Even I don't want a picture with him. I just feel like, and I sometimes feel, you know, like they say, you don't want to meet your heroes.
Yeah.
And Shah Rukh is one of them. I mean, but he's one of the few people that I do want to meet.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't think I want it to be as trivial as getting a photo with him.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
I feel like the way we all feel for him, not just
Yeah.
me, I'm sure it's for everybody else. You know, the equation, which is so one way, is so much deeper.
Yeah.
And that's because of the grace that he has, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like a photo would be trivial.
Yeah, and I think the only podcast
Yeah.
the world needs is an SRK podcast.
That would be so much fun.
है ना?
That would be a riot.
Yeah.
That would be a riot. But I don't think.
I mean, of
yeah.
course, he doesn't
I don't know
need
how
to
you do it, but yeah.
But if he could do it, it would be great.
It would be alright,
But when did you know that you want to be an actor?
When did I know I want to be an actor? I'll tell you something, it's so funny that I was never set out to be an actor. I know most actors say that. And I truly feel like you chance upon this profession. Because we live in, you know, we are brought up to be like, let's say, you know, go get a stable job or
Yeah.
get a stable career. Especially because my father had a business, so I never really looked at this as a profession. So I mean, long story short, I chanced upon it. But when I realized that I want to continue doing what I do is very recently, actually, in the last 4 to 5 years, is when I think I've also gotten a hang of the craft. You know, before this, I think you know, for a very long time, you know, as actors, before we really understand what it takes to you know, to perform, you know, you're just working at maybe looking good or maybe looking how do I say, admirable or lovable for the audience, but it's only great scripts that make you feel like you want to start being the characters
Yeah.
and start becoming a part of, just storytelling. So I feel like Special Ops, Khaki, and a recent show that I did, Bhai, which was, I feel like the most enjoyable experience of my entire career of 15 years is what keeps reinstilling why I do what I do. And I truly love just performing and just kind of, reading material and, breaking it down of what I can do with it. And just being on a set every single day with my director, just trying out different things, and being allowed to do that. And I feel like just the whole collaboration that comes together on a set is every time that just makes you feel like, damn, I love what I do here.
Yeah. Do you have you ever had like a pinch me moment?
Always, there is so many times that I feel like, I don't know what we do as a profession, that why do we get so much adulation, right? I mean, eventually it's just a job.
Yeah.
You're doing yours, I'm doing mine. This is what I enjoy doing, but I have such, and these are the pinch me moments that I'm like, I don't get why people like want to be around you or maybe want a photo with you. And I can only imagine what the bigger stars go through, right? So I feel like these are moments that really kind of humble you also at the same time. But yeah, there's a lot of pinch me moments that I had on my recent set. When sometimes, I know it sounds very like surreal to say so, but you have very outer body experiences when you're
Yeah.
performing as an actor.
Yeah.
Where you know that you're doing things which are maybe, you've rehearsed it a bunch of times with everyone involved, with the camera department and so on and so forth. But there'll just always be this one take or this one scene in whatever that you're doing, that you're just going to have an experience that is out of your control, right? Where you're doing things, you're doing things, you can see yourself doing things, but you know that it's happening very automated. And in that thin moment of living that character, you're like, wow, man, I didn't feel that, but I felt that. So it's weird.
Does it feel like watching yourself? Like it's almost like you're watching yourself living the dream you've dreamt
Believe
of.
me, it's exactly like that,
Right.
and there's no better way to explain it. I remember even once when I was performing, I did this show called Jhalak, dikhhla. This sounds like a very career interview, but just to give you an anecdote, I did this one performance, and like I was so cognizant and so aware at the same time that this is a performance, and this is what I'm meant to do. And in that 2.5, 3 minutes or whatever it was, I could literally see myself doing it in slow motion while seeing what the judges are looking at, and like, I don't know, it felt very surreal.
Do you have delayed responses, especially
What
to
does that
good
mean?
things? Like for example, when something great happens to me,
Okay.
something that I've been wanting for a long time, whether it's work, whether it's
Right.
something personal, and it's huge,
Right.
and it's done now. It's happened. I don't process it in the moment. So for example, this interview is this date is such a big
This
deal
date.
to me that I will. I'm not like I'm doing it right now and I'm having fun and I am in the moment, but it will hit me like a truck 6 months later. Oh, and I'll call my friends like a mad person, like, oh, do you know, but I did this, and they would be like, yeah, we all saw it. It was 6 months ago. But I'll be celebrating it 6 months later.
That's interesting. I mean, I hear you, but for me, I love the idea of romanticizing every single thing, right?
Yeah.
And I'm also somebody who looks forward to things that I've probably worked hard for. So when I'm doing that, I'm in fact the other way around. I end up like making it so big in my head that by the time it's come close to it, I'm like anxious and I'm all over the place. So I have to figure a way to put myself together. So no, I don't have delayed responses. In fact, I think it would be nice to not take things that seriously and have a little bit of a delayed response so that you also ease into it.
Yeah.
Like I remember something. Again, I mean, I don't mean to talk about work, but I remember on the first day that I shot Khaki, the night before that, and I was so prepared, right? We were on the first day, me and my director Bhav, we knew exactly that it was just my scenes, so we had already like spoken about the scenes and everything. We were just meant to go and do it, and from morning to night, it was just me alone in the police station. So I was like, yeah, I know what I'm doing, but gosh, I don't know what happened at about 11 in the night. I had a 6 a.m. call time. I have not slept a wink up until maybe 5:50. And believe me, in the time between that and 5:50, I must have done nothing shy of about 8 to 9 runs to the bathroom. So yes, I think I would enjoy the idea of having a delayed response and not having to go through this every time I kick into something that's big, or at least big in my head. Yeah.
Do you feel like if you get excited for things, they won't happen?
See, this is why I love meeting people on dates, right? This is the most charming thing because you get to learn so much from other people, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Whether this goes somewhere or it doesn't, and that's totally okay. But it's so nice to learn that from you, see?
Which is why this is a talking stage.
Yeah, it's good.
Which is a Gen Z dating term.
You know, I don't like titles to anything. I feel like it just takes away from the organic flow of how things are meant to happen. I feel like we start categorizing things too soon is why we end up expecting too soon and is why I feel like disappointments happen too soon. So sometimes it's nice to just be easy. Just meet someone without an intention and just hope to have a good time, you know.
That's every Delhi boy's excuse to not commit.
That's so not true. I love the idea of a relationship, quite frankly.
No, wasn't an attack to you. I'm just saying most people say this.
I'm just in general saying I feel like it's so charming to be in a relationship. I love the idea of the mundanity also that a relationship brings. I feel like once you get to know a person and the person gets to know you and there is a sense of faith between two people, you look forward to silences with your partner in the same room, you know. So I feel like we live in a very funky time, maybe for the right reasons, I'm not quite sure. But having said that, I feel like relationships are extremely lovely.
So if you have such great things to say about a relationship and you want to be in one, why you asked me that like it's not possible that nobody's asked me out? I don't buy how you have been single since a very long time.
It takes two to tango, yeah.
That.
It does, and that's the challenging bit, right? And that's also the interesting bit because you have to go through your own share of experiences to go and find your person. And for some people, it takes a while. For some people, that happens quicker. But I feel like at the end of it, whenever that is, you look back at times and be like, hey, you know what? It was all worth it.
Yeah. But have you ever had somebody talk to you, maybe not even properly a relationship? I don't think you would call it that. But like, have you ever had like a situationship where you felt emotionally used?
You know, I detest this term situationship.
I hate it too.
I got single about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, I remember. And when I think I was emotionally ready to kind of go and see people again, you know, so when that happened, that's when I realized that there's few terms that I have absolutely no idea about. And I mean, you know, I'm no prude, but I didn't know what a situationship was until I went through one, right? Only at the end of the road, I figured, oh, okay, this is how things are done. And of course, you know, I mean, everything is meant to affect you. I mean, you're human, you're meant to get affected, right? So it did kind of shake my balance a bit, but well, it was a learning. It was lovely nonetheless, and
you're being too nice. You cannot call a situationship lovely.
I'll tell you why. See, I'm being very honest, I feel like everyone in this time is really confused on how dating works.
Yeah.
Right? We are also exposed to the idea of, let's say, everyone's available one. You know, the world is expanded. You're not just limited to your own city or to your own circle. I mean, from the time that I grew up, if I wanted to get to know a girl, and especially because I went to a boys' school, you know, you routed your way through it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was so nice because, for example, I liked a friend of yours, right? I know you now, so I'd be like, hey, you know what, Ekanshi, I think your friend's lovely. Is she single? You'd be like, hey, is she single? Can you introduce me to her? So you would introduce me to her, and that's why my world is limited too, right?
Yeah.
Via you.
Yeah.
Now you have a plethora of people that are available to you. But what's the best thing that I feel like of that time is that today, if I know you, and let's say I'm going out with your friend on a date, there's a certain amount of accountability that I hold.
Yeah.
What I don't make you look bad because you are the common factor between her and I. So let's say if I'm being an ass to her, I know that she's going to tell you, and that's what your opinion is going to be of me.
Yeah.
But I feel like today we're not accountable for things that we're doing, right? So everyone is just at ease of that judgment. So I feel like somewhere that's where it's become a little murky.
I'm a very filmy ashik.
Right.
Like I will like call you random nicknames, and I'm very clingy, and I'm very into PDA, and I want to like I'm Monica from Friends. I want to shout out from the rooftops that oh my god, like I'm
And why
engaged.
not? Yeah, why
Yeah,
not?
because I just want to show out.
Yeah.
Because love is Disneyland, and I'm a 4-year-old.
And I really feel like that's how it should be.
Yeah.
You know, if you have to hold yourself back in any way in terms of a form of expression, it's just, you know, something's not right.
Yeah.
Either with you or the situation that you're in. So I feel like, yeah, you know, I totally agree with you. If I was in a relationship, I would never be, I mean, for me, the rest of the world just blurs out.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like your person just becomes your world, and that's, according to me, healthy. Yeah.
Healthy. Can I ask you a very twisted question?
Go for it. Because all of this was not twisted, but go for it.
This was very sweet. But would you rather,
Yeah.
like this is a hypothetical question of course, and I hope none of these things ever happen, but would you rather have the love of your life cheat on you, or you cheat on the love of your life?
I feel it's hurtful either ways, no? I hope it doesn't happen. I mean, don't know.
I hope it
Do I
doesn't
need to pick-
happen
Do I
at
need to
all.
pick one? I don't know what would be better.
Yeah, same. I
I don't know if it would be better if I hurt her or she hurts me. Because I feel like even if I hurt her, it's eventually going to hurt me, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what love is. And if she hurts me, I'm going to hurt her. Either way. So I feel like both parties get hurt regardless.
So you don't have an answer? Because I also don't have an answer.
I don't think there is an answer because whoever cheats on each other, right, it's going to affect both parties.
Yeah.
Or at least so I'd like to believe.
I mean,
Yeah.
if it doesn't, then it would be a bit.
I mean, I'm sure there's people who are cheating on each other and they're okay with it.
Then then they're in an open relationship, which also is something I don't get.
I mean, to each to his own. Yeah.
Yeah, मतलब of course, तभी मैं बोल रही हूँ. I just.
I'm not for it.
Yeah.
I'm not
Same.
for it.
Yeah, like I'm very.
I don't know how open relationships would work. Gosh.
Yeah, like are we deciding that who?
Yeah, like when you
can-
have that conversation, we're like, hey,
Exactly.
you know what? You go out do your thing.
And
I'm
I'll
gonna go out do my
mine.
thing, and let's match notes.
Yeah,
I don't
and
know.
like let me decide who you are going to see, and you decide who I'm.
Oh, that's how
going
it
to
works.
see.
That
I think so.
people decide. I don't know. I mean, but that
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. I heard it somewhere.
I don't think there's a decorum to an
Yeah.
open relationship. I think it's just listen. You do you, I do me.
But that's so. Like, this is why I don't get it, and I'm sure it works for a lot of people. But like, how do you come back to say at the end of the day, and then because you are emotionally still with them,
Yeah.
is what I understand of open relationships. How do you? Because like emotional and physical stuff is very like goes hand in hand, at least in my head.
I mean, I have a very simple funda, and this came on a little early. I feel like you get along with people you share a sense of moral values with.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's friends, whether it's even professionals, quite frankly. I feel like I don't think I can necessarily, I mean, I would be the most comfortable, let's say, working with a director or filmmaker who I don't share a sense of a similarity in our moral compass. And especially in a partner, right?
What if one day your partner is like suggests that an open relationship is nice to have, so if you want to, but then you don't want to, but then you'll keep wondering if they want to, what would
I
you
mean,
do?
I might give it a thought if, let's say, I'm really invested in my partner. I don't like the word partner, but anyways, I might give it a thought if I'm really invested in my partner. But knowing me and the way that I have lived my life, I'm a very one-woman man.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy the idea of looking outside at all. I don't even, I'm also at that point in my life where it's not exciting for me necessarily. I feel like I want to be in love, in knee-deep love with my person, and I feel like that's what drives me. In fact, I thrive when I'm in a good relationship. I thrive when I'm in love.
What is your love language? How do you like to love?
I don't like this term only, what is your love language? 5 love language hoti hai. This is something I've learned recently, right? But let's get this right. Love languages, one is
Quality time, physical touch,
physical affection,
words of affirmation, gift giving.
I didn't even know कि specific होती है. मेरे को लगा randomly, what's your love language? My love language could be this, but I don't know there's specific 5, but there's 5, right?
Yeah.
I feel it's all 5.
Yeah. I cannot
How can it just be one?
I cannot believe you're the first person who said that, because I think the same. मतलब ये हो सकता है कि I like to express it in this. ये 5 में से मुझे ये करना ज़्यादा पसंद है, but मुझे चाहिए 5.
नहीं, मेरा while जो आप बोल रहे हो ठीक बोल रहे हो, but मेरा मानना है कि जो 5 है मैं भूल चुका हूँ क्या 5 है. Let's re-remind everyone. It's what? It's physical touch. It's
quality
acts
time,
of some gifting
acts
thing.
of service,
Acts of
and
service.
gift giving are different.
Gifting अच्छा ये अलग होता
Yeah,
है. Giving gifts. फिर क्या था?
Quality time, physical touch, words of affirmation, gift giving, and I think we have said it. We just
as long as you remember all,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
My point is, if I'm going to be in a lifelong relationship with my partner, right? As me, let's assume that I said, you know what, my love language is physical touch. But what if I'm in a place in life where, you know, maybe emotionally I need space.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not going through the best time in my life. Maybe I'm not going through the best spell in my life in terms of it could be family, it could be career, it could be anything.
Yeah.
Maybe at that time I need physical space. You
Yeah.
can't come back as a partner and be like, hey, you know what? The first time we met, you
Yeah,
said
yeah,
that this
of
is what it is. Or let's say if I say like my thing is act of service, and maybe I'm having a bad day on an anniversary,
Yeah.
and you know I've had a terrible release of something, and I don't feel like making you breakfast in bed, which I've done recently, or maybe you know in life before. I feel like that the idea of being in a relationship is to constantly be adjusting towards each other's emotional state of being.
Yeah.
I could want to give you a gift today, and maybe one anniversary I forget the gift, or one birthday I forget your birthday altogether, right? I feel like that's what life is. Life is real. Real things are messy. Life is meant to be messy. A relationship will only work when I feel the only love language that works for me is intention.
And while I agree with everything that you said,
But having said that, I'm up for all 5. I love physical affection, giving and getting. I love the idea of snuggling. I think there's something so charming. I've said charming too many times. Let's change that. I think there's something so secure
yeah,
when someone holds you,
yeah,
right? And when you hold someone or you're held by somebody,
Yeah.
and you know you're under the blanket and your legs are locked in, you're practically suffocated
Yeah.
on sometimes. And in the middle of your sleep, you're like, hey, you know what, get off me. But you know, you'll find your way back and forth.
Yeah.
I feel like there's something so sweet about that.
yeah. I think consistency as well. Like if you're consistent, and by that I don't mean that you can't have a bad day. I just mean that when you're consistent with your efforts, in the sense that, like I read something yesterday, which was that marry a man who doesn't stop dating you, which means he's not taking you for granted, because just because he has you now in a way that you're in a relationship or you're married or whatever, you're locked in, but it shouldn't mean like he has you, so he now, and both obviously goes for women as well, that you don't take them for granted and you don't stop doing those little things that you do. And it's as small as if you're sending them an order, if you're sending them food, if you're packing their lunch, it's just like a extra cute note that you could add, like I hope you think of me when you eat this or whatever. Like it's just, or looking forward to see you at home. It's just that, and it's much more meaningful than just a text message.
I mean, everything is meaningful. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
And, I totally get that. Maybe that's the sense of what you like receiving. I feel like everything is thoughtful, right? Maybe sending a message is also thoughtful.
Yeah, of course.
I just personally feel like Instagram needs to be stop being the textbook to everything.
Yeah.
I feel life is so much more and beyond, a few characters written by somebody as a meme.
Yeah, true.
We're just really limiting our experience by a sense of an algorithm that is meant to keep us engaged.
Yeah.
And the day we can realize that, I feel like life will be so normal again.
I don't think I would need to use Google anymore.
Reason being?
Because I feel like you're the one I was looking for, so my search is over.
Oh gosh, I love how you remember these.
You see, there is no.
I would never remember a pickup line. Even if I read one, I'd be like, oh wow, this is so cool, I might use it, but then I think I'm also a bit shy when it comes to maybe using a pickup line.
I'm not shy, but when I get shy,
We can see that.
yeah, which is very not very often that I get shy, but when I do get shy, I don't like to admit it.
Okay.
So I'll just be like, so if you did say something which is making me very shy and blush and whatever, so I'll just, instead of admitting it, because I don't want to admit it, I'll just be like, yeah, you know what, actually, and then I'll just change the conversation, because I just don't want to admit it that I'm shy.
That's nice. That's bold, actually. Something to learn, because I feel like if my face is so transparent, I think most of the times give away the way that I'm feeling.
Yeah, your face have subtitles basically.
Yeah, that. Yeah. See, you're very Instagrammy, yeah? You know all this from Instagram.
Agreed.
Yeah.
This wasn't like an original thought, but Instagram say but soft launch is a huge thing for me.
What is soft launch?
Soft launch is when you launch your partner.
Soft launch.
Soft launch. There's soft launch and then there's hard launch.
I don't know why that sounds very sexual in my head, but okay.
It's an Instagram thing.
It's not what I'm thinking.
It's not what you think.
Okay.
But it's an Instagram thing. So
I don't think soft launch would be fun.
it's not that. But soft launching is basically when you launch your partner on Instagram, like you're telling the world that you're with somebody. But when you are soft launching is basically they don't know who they are. So like if I post a picture of just the drinks and I'm like on a date, but nobody really knows who it is, or if I take a picture of like sneakers and then post and then. So that's soft launch, and if I post directly, like hi, like if I post like a cute selfie or a shadi picture or like a proposal picture, then that's a hard launch.
Right.
So
right. That's interesting. I never gave it a thought.
What is your vibe like?
I would only launch once.
No, you will.
Now, with my experience in life and in relationships, I think you never know, right? So it's better to just take your time with it. I've also always been. I've been a private person. Having said that, I've always been very open about the relationships that I've been in. But I feel like it's two people involved, right? So as long as both the people are comfortable with what you're doing, it's great. But मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि the more people you involve in a relationship, उतनी ज़्यादा it gets more messy. So it's nicer when lesser people know about it. Let's say people who matter to you know about it is what matters to me.
Do you believe in nazar?
I don't know if I believe in nazar, but I believe in people having their opinions on maybe the intricacies of your relationship.
Yeah. But when you say if you know that there is going to be a hard launch with this person, basically this is the one. Now you know it fully. So then, are you going to go the soft launch route? Are you going to the hard launch route?
Yet again, I'm going to tell you that you never know.
Of course,
I can tell you with
know.
experience that I feel like you never know, right?
Yeah.
Until like whatever, like assuming hard launch is like a proposal or a marriage, right?
Yeah.
So until you've not done that,
I
think it's better to just keep it off your Instagram, or maybe actually you know what, to each to his own.
Yeah.
Some people might be comfortable with, let's say, putting it out on their social media, and then being okay with the fact that, hey, you know what, it didn't work out. Even that's cool, right? Because eventually you're both human, right? You and your partner must have tried best at it.
Yeah, but it messes up my
reasons.
Instagram feed then. Then I'll have to archive so many posts and...
But such is life, no? If you're willing to put it up, then you have to take the brunt of it also.
So do a hard launch, do a soft launch.
I'm also a very practical person. I'm not fun to have these conversations with. So I might give you a very practical answer.
That's fine. But one of us needs to be less delulu and more salulu oriented. I have my full soft launch plan ready, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah, and
Should you want to put up my sneakers? I love the shoes that I'm wearing.
We'll take a soft launch picture later. And
should we hold hands?
Yeah, we'll do this and we'll click pictures.
Let's hold hands. I'm also wearing rings. You're also wearing pretty rings.
That is literally so Gen Z coded. And I just want to be like I want to breadcrumb people. And you're very right. I want to do it for attention. There's no this way. Of course, it's also my way of showing love. Because I feel like it's also like a bit serious, but like it's also stemmed out from a very, like I just felt like my friends didn't show me off enough when I was friends with them. So now it's like that that is sort of a love language. Social media is sort of a love language for me. Both I want to do that and I also want to receive that. Because I feel like it's just stemmed out from a personal experience where I feel like, are you ashamed of hanging out with me? Because why are you not posting my picture? And then that friendship, and it was a friendship only, but then it didn't work out. So it's sort of created an impact.
In a friendship or a
me.
relationship?
No, friendship. It was genuinely friendship. It was my girlfriends. But then it happened frequently with different people. So that thing in my brain left an impact on my brain, thinking ki, am I like, are you ashamed of hanging out with me? Why do you not want to show it off to the world? Because I want to. Literally in any capacity. It's not about like a romantic relationship, which is why I keep posting my friends a lot. I'm like, oh, I love this woman, I love this, whatever. So I go all out and I want to like randomly.
No, why not? Yeah, it's nice. See, Sorry, you finished.
I was just saying that if I wake up randomly and like I check my phone the first thing, and instead of like whatever, I'm just checking that my partner couldn't sleep at 3 a.m. or my friend couldn't sleep at 3 a.m. and they've decided to post like ugly or cute pictures of me and write like a lovey-dovey note, and they can also do it in person, yes, and I would still appreciate it, but it's just that because of that one thing that happened, it's like, oh, so you're not ashamed to tell people as well. It's that for me.
No, I totally agree with you. Yeah, social media has become such a part of our social life, right? It's also your social status in a way, unfortunately, quite frankly. I don't think it's fortunate. So I understand that you want a certain validation in terms of that, and everyone does, including me. I won't lie about it, that it would be nice if people post back for you and you post about them and all of that. But I truly also feel, at the same time, I don't think anyone cares, I don't think anyone cares anymore. I feel like we put too much importance into other people's validation, and we're really just ruining our mind's general ecosystem with so much of an expectation from social media. I feel like now what has happened is you're not clicking pictures just to click a photo. You're clicking a photo with the intention to put it up on social media so that it's reposted back and forth, right? So I feel like that's what's messed up the system. I mean, quite frankly, I'm absolutely the last person to click a photo, right? And I've had the best nights with some of the best people in my life. I have no pictures of those evenings, and I feel like those are the best times. I feel like the minute you stop a time and you want to like record a moment, you've stopped an organic flow of something that you were enjoying, and it's not an intention to keep it as a memory. It's an intention to put it out there for 12 hours, or now Instagram has 24 hours, as a story. I mean, we are all so conceited in our times that our social media feed only has us. It doesn't have our people. So I feel like, does that picture even hold a relevance? I mean, to me, it doesn't anymore. Like being on someone's Instagram for 12 hours or 24 hours, I mean, holds no accountability. If you slapped me on your Instagram feed, maybe I would feel extremely important. But I don't think anyone is really doing that, right?
Then it's fine.
But you get what I'm saying, right? So I feel
course.
like, I don't know, I don't give these things importance. Do they bother me? Of course, I'm human. They would bother me if that happened. Let's say I put up a picture with a really close friend of mine, or he and she didn't post it back, then yes, I would be like, what the hell? But it would be a very fleeting moment for me now. I think I'd like to believe that I'm a bit evolved as a human being from the idea of socials in general.
We'll find a middle way somewhere.
Yeah, we'll find a middle way.
Yeah, but I have something for you.
Oh, that's sweet.
I have a gift.
Okay.
Even though I am the gift.
Sam, I have nothing for you, other than me and my time.
That is so much enough. Like that.
Yeah,
that's more than
I'm sounding
enough.
very conceited. I was throwing lines because you were throwing lines.
That's more than enough. But I have something for you. Can we?
Oh, I thank you.
This is for you.
That is so sweet. What is that?
There's a lot of self-care products from Botanical.
Because you thought like I'm quite narcissistic, so self-care would be the best way to go.
Absolutely not, because it's a time to relax.
I'm kidding.
And like just.
Being funny is also my love language.
Yeah, got it.
So I should make my own list.
You should.
Ooh,
But
lovely.
then there's a villain perfume, there's a pebble watch for you,
There's hair oil.
Yes.
There's some peanut butter that I can slap on.
Yes.
Lovely.
There's a lot of
You got me a garden rose and you know what? Rose happens to be my most favorite and like loved smell. So thank you. I didn't know you know me so well.
I knew you. It's
Have you
like,
researched me?
Have I stalked you enough?
You stalked me
Online
enough.
or in person? I
But
don't
मुझे
know.
actually गुलाब की खुशबू बड़ी अच्छी लगी. In fact, I think even the perfume that I'm wearing is a lot of rose today.
Yeah.
But thank you. This is so sweet.
That is so.
Every
less
time I take a shower, I'll be thinking of you.
That could go one of either ways. But thank you so much for giving me your time, and this was great. And now I am waiting for you to come to Delhi.
Oh, that'll
then
be very
ask me
soon. I'm in Delhi like 5 times in a month.
Perfect.
Done.
We'll see. If
This was so much fun. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you.